Right then, time for another game review, and this time we're going to look at a MAD release, one of the later MAD releases, going by the name of Octoplex. No idea what it's about, so let's load it up and take a look. Here's our front cover of Octoplex then, and what can you say? It appears to be a young boy running down a stone corridor with a sinister looking old man chasing him. Bit bizarre. What's wrong with his leg? He seems to have the leg of a lizard. It's a bit concerning. Perhaps all will be revealed inside the inlay, but anyway, there's the front cover. It's one of the later MAD releases, as I mentioned, so it's got the MAD logo repeated down the left hand side there, and the spine is pretty straightforward. Got Octoplex in yellow text, and on the back we've got some screenshots which make it look like some kind of maze game perhaps. Oh, what's that? It's a W.H. Smith's sticker from eons ago, and bit of info there. In the heart of a giant molecular compound imprisoned by the evil wizard Zolf, or Zolt. That explains who the guy on the front is, at least. You have but one desperate wish: to escape. Indeed. Right, so let's take a look in the packaging and see if we can work out what this game's about. So it says, blah blah blah, should not have upset the great wizard Zolt. He's turned you into a subatomic mutant and imprisoned you inside his giant molecular compound known as the Octoplex. And you've got to escape, and you've got to negotiate grids. To complete a grid, a complete electron path must first be traced, which makes it sound a bit like something like Amador, maybe on a bit bigger scale than that. Collect crystals, watch out for nasties, the usual stuff, and then there's a lot of information about what's in the grids, time gates, polarity gates, etc. And then moving inside, we've got more stuff, crystals, warp crystals. Each lattice must be completed within a set time before it all explodes. Jolly good. Controls, loading instructions, and surprise surprise, we've got some foreign language instructions, and we've also got the request for people to send their games in, which we've seen numerous times before already. So there you go, there's your packaging. Here's the loading screen then, which is quite cute. I like this little dude. Not much more else to say about it, other than it seems to say Lothlorien down in the corner there. I presume they're the company that have produced this game. I'm sure all will be revealed very soon. So the game's loaded, and here's the title screen. As you can see, pretty straightforward stuff. Got the logo that's sort of flashing in the middle there. Mastertronic and Lothlorien mentioned on that screen. Also got a high score table, and at the bottom of the high score table it's got the names of the people involved. Jay Buckley, Tiny Williams and Lee Corley, I think that is the graphics. So that's pretty much it for the title screen. The music, which is by Tiny Williams as it says there, is pretty decent. Pretty run-of-the-mill Sid tune I suppose, but there's a few things going on with it that make it quite nice to listen to. So, on with the show, let's get the game started. So the game starts and you see your little guy, your man being turned into this little green guy who looks a little bit like a cross between Mr. Nosy from the Mr. Men and Pogo from Nebulous, albeit with some camouflage green and brown colours. And then you get this layout of the first level, which you can see is fairly straightforward, and the idea of the game is you've got to colour in the grooves on this layout here, which you'll see in a moment. You also get a time limit, which is 99 what I think are seconds. So here's my little guy in the middle running around, kind of cute, maybe even like a little dinosaur. and he's colouring in the bits of the grid. There's also an enemy going round who you've got to avoid. You can shoot him, but you've got to collect something first before you can do the shooting, so you have to be careful. You can see these little doors here, you can only go through them when they're open. Straightforward enough. If you stand in the middle, you get stuck, you can't move around. There's also doors that are activated by the numbers that you run over, which are obviously the same number opens the door. So when I run over this number 2 thing in a minute, it opens that number 2 door there, and the oh god, run away. This guy's very close behind me, I can't do anything now, I can't turn around. I have now collected some crystals though, so I can shoot him this time. It's a bit of a disaster, although I've covered in most of the grid now. I also managed to open the number 1 door while I was walking around. So as you'll see in a minute, when you've finished colouring the track in, it starts to flash and you've got to find a specific crystal on the layout of the maze. Oh, there's my little enemy, which I should be able to shoot now, but I don't need to, so I can just walk on there, and that's finished the first level. Now you can see the difficulty is going to ramp up fairly quickly. You only have to look at this to see that this is going to be rather more challenging. And this one's got number 3 doors as well. So the first thing you can do is go through there and open the number 3 door, and you can see I need to unlock the number 1 door somewhere again. I've also got this dude running around here. I can blast him. You can't really see them, but he shoots little laser bolt things. And he's killed me again there. I thought I shot him. So I think I did manage to open... No, the number 2 door's still locked up there, so I've got to go back down and do that again. That got him. Got him as well. They do respawn pretty quickly, these enemies, so you got to have your wits about you. Got him again. There we go. So that's opened the number 2 doors. Unfortunately, I've now locked the number 3 door. And I've run out of crystals now, so I've got to be careful again. Oh, and that's probably game over. As you can see, it's fairly tricky. So I'll give it another go. Won't show you the first level again, but I'll try and work through the second level. So here I am on level 2 again, and I'm making a little bit better progress this time. I've opened door number 2, and behind door number 2 is door 1, and this now allows me to collect this little whirlpool-y thing. It's probably got a more precise name than that, but that lets me press the space bar and teleport to a different bit of the maze. You're only allowed to do it once, so I can't do that again, so I'm in trouble if I get stuck somewhere. However, I've not got that much left to do now because I've opened door number 1 as well. Got some more weapon crystal things there. And I've now completed the grid, so I've just got to find what I'm going to call departure crystals, because I forgot the actual name of them. It did say in the instructions, but who reads them or pays any attention? Got you. Oh no, door number 2's closed again now. That's a bit of a disaster. Oh, you little sod. It is very frustrating. It's very difficult to react to where the baddies are going to go. Got you. Hopefully I'll make it through this time. Oh, now I've left door number 3. Yeah, so you need good reactions, good joystick skills as well. Oh, got you. Right, I should definitely have it this time. There it is, and that completes the level. Slightly longer than intended, and then you get this for level 3, and this will be where things pretty much come to an end because I've only got one life left. You've now got quite a big area to deal with, and as you'll see, I've also got next to no bullets left either. You really got to keep your eye out. Oh, I've got a teleporter thing, that'll probably come in useful. I've got rid of one of them as well. Right, so I've got to find door number 1's opening thing. Maybe I could just press this teleporter and it'll take me somewhere useful. Not really. Oh, that'll allow me to open the number 1 door though. That's not going to do me much good. Oh. So as I'm trying to complete this level, I'll just round up by saying I haven't really mentioned anything about the graphics and sound. The music's nice, as I mentioned earlier. It's a pretty cool little SID tune. The sound effects sound like they're all ripped off from either Whizball or Nebulous, which is fair enough because they were 2 classic games, I suppose. A little bit cheeky though. And graphics-wise, they're functional. You know, they're not the greatest graphics in the world. I think you'd probably agree. But they do the job for the game. It's not really about graphics. Gameplay-wise, yeah, it's a nice little game. It's not the greatest Commodore 64 game in the world, but it's certainly not the worst either. So all in all, not a bad little package. Not sure if I'm actually going to manage to do this level. Might do with a bit of dodging. I need to find a number 3 now. I will keep playing. So this is one of the few MAD releases that I can confidently say actually is worth the $2.99 asking price. So that's a rarity. I think it's probably only the 2nd or 3rd one. It's a nice little game. Got that sort of one more go factor because you do tend to get closer to your goal each time, as is evident. So I cleared the whole maze in. Now I've just got to work out where I've got to go to zap out of this level. Let's see how I get on. I wasn't expecting it to last this long, hence the reason I've done my summing up already. What it really could do with is a little mini map to show you where you've got to go to get the bits and pieces that you need to complete each level. But that's a small criticism. Also, the enemies, when they're chasing you, you've basically got no chance to get away because it takes you longer to turn around than it does and shoot than it does for them to catch you up. So that is a bit of a problem. As I say, it's not perfect, but it's quite a neat little idea. Not seen a game like this before, I don't think, that I can think of. So quite an original idea, and you know, pretty good stuff. And whilst doing all that talking, I've managed to complete the level for the first time, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And now I've got another one which looks suspiciously like something from Galaxian. So I'll continue on with this, but you get the idea about the game. Not much more to say. I'll just carry on playing and enjoy it.